Hey guys, it's Philip, and I'm here with band Eversame from Slovakia, and we are doing interview together. So, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Glad you have us. Hi.
Gladly. So we are releasing their latest album on cassette, so we took a chance to talk to them. So, first question, like, how did you start making music? Like, what was the inspiration?
Well, probably like listening to music overall when we were younger, and then probably picking up guitars and bass, and just kind of worked out.
Yeah, well, my dad played music as well, so I was listening to his music when he was making it in his bedroom when I was young. So I just love music from an early age. So I just picked up a guitar one day and just stuck to it, and now I'm here.
So, how did the band became a thing for you? Like, how did you met?
Well, at first, when I started playing guitar, we were classmates with Mark, and at one day we just came up with an idea since he was playing the drums a little bit that we can play together because it may be fun. And we've played together for like 3 years. We had some bass players before, but after about 3 years, Matthew came into the band, and he was playing bass at first, but after a time we switched it up. He plays lead guitar now, and I play the bass. And about a year ago, we were really struggling to find a singer, but we finally found Pauline. So in this.
Set up,
This
yes.
formation.
We've been playing for like a year.
Okay, cool.
And it was just like we found ourselves on Instagram or stuff.
So you have the album out for a couple of months already. So how does it feel for you right now, like after so many months?
Well, we would definitely change some things now that we've listened to it a lot more, and now that it's released. But I think that's normal, and we're pretty pleased with it, I'd say. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be released if we weren't.
Yeah, when at that time we felt like the album should sound like that, so it sounds like that. It comes naturally that when you play a lot of shows after it releases, you find some mistakes that you will change, but a lot of people like it, so we're pleased.
So how does it look for you, like recording process or creating creative process for the album or for a song?
Matthew usually comes up with a guitar riff, and then we kind of just like jam it out, on a rehearsal, and it comes up
Yeah, it comes together
like a song.
after a week or so.
Yeah.
We just listen to the demos and progressively just make songs out of it.
And how often do you have rehearsals? Like, how often do you try to?
Well, during the school year, we only play once a week because Pauline is in another city. She's in Bratislava. We're in Zilina, so we can't rehearse during the week. But at the weekend, we can play at least one day. And during the break, we have a lot more rehearsals, like maybe 2 times a week.
Okay, cool. So like you are pretty young for a band, and do you have like do you think that it is a problem for you? Like, have you encountered like someone like not taking you seriously because of that, or?
I think it's the other way because people respect us for being that young, and
They appreciate the fact that we started at such a young age, like the people we played shows with or whatever, they're kind of like in their mid-20s, and so when we're 16 and 18, so
Yeah,
Where-
they're surprised in a good way that we can
Mhm.
make a listenable music in this young age. So we are happy as well.
Yeah, they kind of envy the fact that we started at such a young age. They formed bands in their like early 20s and late 20s. Like a lot of people we play with are around 25, let's say, and they envy that we started really young.
Yeah, I can say the same for myself. Like whenever I see someone in younger age like doing as good music as you are, I'm like, what I was doing, you know, like yeah, like I was just wasting my time. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's exactly that other people say.
yeah. It is what it is, you know, like usually some of are more productive in teenage years. Some of us are just like, I don't know, like trying
Hanging
to find a
around.
way how to kill the boredom. So that's probably. So who is writing the lyrics? Like you, Pauline, or how does that process works for you?
Well, I wrote most of the lyrics, but Mark actually wrote the part, like the talking part in our song As Leaves in All the Colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mostly me.
So where do you find your inspiration for lyrics? Like how does that work for you?
Well, I probably don't want to sound too obvious. Like I wanted to have some artistic value, and I'm using metaphors and stuff like that. Yeah, so that would be it.
Yeah, and do you find it like hard, like to?
Wait a second.
Yeah, perfect. We are back. uh, yeah. So is it hard for you like to write in English? Like, does it, or is it not an issue at all? Like,
It's not really an issue. I think it's actually easier than to write in Slovak, because I don't know, the Slovak language doesn't sound right for me to write lyrics in. It's just English is the way.
yeah, I know. I write poems in Slovak sometimes, and in English it's much easier to express it in English.
Mhm.
So, like you played a big festival in Slovakia, Pohoda. How did how was that? Like, did you enjoy it? Like, how fans were the your fans, or how was the whole experience there?
Well, the whole time during the whole stay in Pohoda, on Pohoda, we encountered our some fans that we already had, and they were really happy that we were playing this year. But we also encountered some new fans that discovered us purely because of Pohoda, so that made us happy. And at the show, there were like, I don't know, 200 people, maybe 150 people approximately. So that is really pleasing to us, since we are such a small band and we played at a smaller stage.
Even the sound guy liked our band. He came to us after the show and he was like, "Yeah, there was some amazing music. It was played right. It sounded good." Like he was surprised that young people could play something like that. That was nice. But even the whole festival, like the atmosphere there, we were with other bands, like the locals from Zilina, and we hung out with them.
We made a
It
lot
made
of
us closer.
a lot of new friends, like from also the music scene, like people who make music. So that was really nice.
So you are coming from Zilina, a small town. So how is the music scene there? Like, how do you find it being a small town band?
For such a small town, it has a really big underground scene. Like a lot of bands are from Žilina, even the ones that we play with, and those who play shows all around Slovakia, like Kovošrod, they are from around Žilina as well. like a lot of bands play shows every weekend here. So
I'd say
so-
Zilina has the most underground and alternative bands from all of the Slovakia cities.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think as well.
Yeah, and so like you play a lot of shows. Like, is it hard for you to travel? Because I guess not, like you don't have like car, or how is that working for you?
Mm,
well, only Mark has a driver's license,
Yes.
and we don't have a car. So for most out of city shows, we go by train, and we just borrow the gear, or just take the guitars and maybe one amp, and it's
Yeah,
kind of
That seems to
Yeah,
work, but
yeah.
but it's definitely more difficult than to have our own car and travel. But at least it saves money for the gas and stuff.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
we hope that in the future we will have our own car and
Yeah, sure. Hopefully. Yeah. What about your parents? Like, how they are seeing you doing music and, traveling and, doing all this stuff?
I'd say all of them are really supportive. So that's nice.
yeah, they're really proud.
Yeah.
Proud,
because,
yeah.
because we at least spend some time like productively, or
Mhm.
Yeah.
we make something out of it, because few years ago we were just playing in a garage and they didn't see that we could play any shows in the future, but now that we do, they are really proud and they're happy.
Yeah, they sometimes come to our local shows and just enjoy the show. Like it's so weird seeing your parents at your own show.
Yeah, it is weird, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's really natural. They know all the songs.
Yeah.
It is really sweet.
That's cool. Are you like feeling embarrassed in front of them? Because
No,
of,
no, no, at all.
No.
If I would feel embarrassed, that would mean that I'm not happy with the music that I make. So
Yeah.
that's cool. And like, what was your favorite show so far? Like,
Uh,
For me, it was the last show you've been to, the garage one, because we had the set list. We played it 3 times already, so we kind of played it more naturally. We did a good show, and even the feeling that it was past the
10 p.m.
yeah, it was past 10 p.m. and we thought that we wouldn't even make it through 2 songs, and we played the whole show. It was nice, and a
Yeah.
lot of nice people came as well.
It's all about the atmosphere,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Like, I really enjoyed the atmosphere there. It was really DIY, and it was like you would never experience that in a even a club, not a festival. I'm speaking of a festival, but in a club, it's more organized, more whatever, less how to say, maybe energetic or live,
Yeah.
organic in a way. So that was really nice. And like, what's next? Like, what do you have in plans for rest of the summer, or for like more touring, or what are you planning?
Well, it is like 50-50 with the shows and composing new songs for our second album. We are trying to get some stuff together and record some demos at the moment, but it is like only the half of the summer. We have some few shows left, but I think we will more concentrate on the
Second album.
on the writing process.
And what about your classmates? Do they know that you are making music? Are they your fans as well, or how do you see that, like, within?
I mean, some of them are definitely like fans, and like I have one classmate that always like meets new people, and she's like, "Oh, did you know she's in a band?" And I'm like, "Oh, no," but yeah, I mean, not all of them are like supportive, and but that's pretty normal, I'd say. But most of them are fine with it.
Yeah, they respect it, but in my case, we and Mark are classmates, and I would say that half of the people wouldn't even know that we have a band because they live a totally different life and that they don't care about this kind of stuff. But some of them are really supportive. And some of Pauline's classmates even have our t-shirts. So that's really nice.
That's cool. That's super. And like, what was your maybe favorite band or kind of like sound wise? Like, what is that is a source of inspiration for you as a band, or even like for particular members, like your maybe favorite bands or inspiration?
The thing is, we all listen to totally different kinds of music,
Sure.
but well,
Well, it is not the same for everyone else. We
No,
don't
yeah,
have, like,
you can tell like every single one of you,
Yeah.
like what's your background?
I mean, I listen to genres like Midwest emo and screamo maybe, and also like some of the pop music maybe, but also like hardcore. So it's everything basically.
Yeah, in my case, it's definitely most of the 90s. From all the corners, when you have alternative music, if you even have noise music like shoegaze. But definitely I draw the most influence from old hip hop recordings, mostly jazz rap and stuff, because they have a lot of cool sample bass lines from the 50s and stuff. But as well as stuff like Death Grips or Boards of Canada, that electronic stuff. I just try to make the bass sound like big sound wall, and I think I do a good job with this.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Midwest emo as well, but as well as Richard, I listen to some noisecore, some grindcore, like the metal stuff. I take, like, for example, I take the picking from those songs. I try to implement everything that I listen to in some parts. Like, I listen to a lot of shoegaze as well, so I try to take something from the sounds, like a lot of reverb and delay and chorus and stuff like that.
I just indulge in all jazz and classical music.
That's cool. Mommy's calling. Yeah. What about like some other inspiration, favorite movies, books, or like what other hobbies? What do you do like besides music?
I study film, so I watch a lot of movies, and I don't really have any other hobbies besides music, I'd say. So
Yeah, me as well. I play bass, but at the same time, I try to DJ with a controller, so it's not that far. It is still music related, so I do that kinds of stuff. But also, I love to watch movies, but not in a way that you just turn on TV and watch something. But I actually find about this stuff.
Yeah, and Pauline bought an analog camera like a month ago, and I took some photos of it, and I really liked it, so I bought one as well. So I'm picking up on photography a little.
What about you, Mark?
I just read.
What kind of books you prefer?
Well, I don't really have any preferences, I'd say, but I really love books from about 20th century, and I also like Slovak books. So I don't know really.
Okay. So what was my most challenging thing, like since like you are relatively a new band, so it's like you haven't experienced that much, but still so far, like what was like something that really kind of was hard for you to do as a band, or even music?
Well, the first goal is to learn an instrument. That is definitely the hardest part. But at the moment, the most challenging thing is probably the traveling to shows for us.
Mhm.
But besides that, I think it's not really hard for us to make music or be respected in the music scene, because I think our music scene is really great at the moment, at least.
But I'd say for me personally, the most challenging thing is traveling, because I'm not from Zilina, and I'm not even from Bratislava. I just study there. I'm originally from Partizanske, so
I knew.
I travel a lot.
Yeah. I have a wife from Partizanske, so
Really?
yeah. So I spending a lot of days during summer there. So yeah, a really lovely
No.
city. I really like it there.
We can
And
meet up sometimes.
yeah, maybe. And like, what are your goals with the music? Like, what do you see yourself doing in like a year, or do you have like some milestones or something you want to do?
Like I would love to make a living out of music. Like it's my biggest passion, is the thing I put most of my time into, and I would really like to just play shows for the rest of my life and make music. That's my biggest goal. But right now it's to make a great album, the second one.
But also touring besides Slovakia, like other countries, because we've only played shows in Slovakia and one on the Rock for People in Czech Republic, and we would love to play in other countries.
Cool.
Big milestones.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully we'll work out for you, and hopefully I will see you play more shows even in Bratislava as well. I'm excited to see you at the festival, Mishačka Fest. It will be great.
We're looking forward as well.
Yeah. We are going there with my wife as well, so I'm glad that she's joining me as well. Maybe one last thing to ask, like, if anything was possible, what would be your dream to happen, or
Good question.
like anything?
Like doing a dream job. A dream job is obviously making music, but
It's a hard
it's
question.
really tricky.
Yeah, I always like to ask it people, because they never really think about that, because it's even myself, like I was, when I was writing, I was thinking like what I would say, and I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, like maybe for people to relate to our music, kind of like find themselves in the lyrics or the music itself, to just like find a safe place in the music. Like
Being the greatest band for some people would be really nice.
Yeah.
Like if someone looked up.
yeah, if someone started playing music just because of our band, that would be nice. That would be a nice compliment, and yeah.
That's a good goal. I hope it will be true. What about others? Is anything else?
Probably the same thing.
Okay, cool. So thank you for talking with me. It was really pleasure to talk, all of you.
For us as well.
Yeah, thank you for this alternative setup. And hopefully the Wi-Fi will be working again soon. Yeah, and I'm excited for the release we are doing together, and I hope people will like it even outside Slovakia, and hopefully all your dreams and about touring and your musical future will be true as well. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching us, hearing us, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe to our channel and also buy tapes from us and read our blog. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.